WWE NXT UK Results March 3, 22 First match, Mark Coffey vs Sha Samuels. Samuels drives his knee into the midsection of Coffey. Samuels uppercuts Coffey. Haymaker exchange. Coffey with a deep arm drag. Samuels applies a side headlock. Samuels with a side headlock takeover. Coffey applies an arm bar. Standing switch exchange. Coffey goes for the O'Connor roll, but Samuels holds onto the ropes. Coffey drops Samuels with a running European uppercut. Coffey with a side Russian leg sweep. Coffey follows that with a shoulder block. Coffey with a back body drop. Samuels regroups on the outside. Samuels kicks Coffey in the gut. Samuels with a straight right hand. Samuels rolls Coffey back into the ring. Coffey with a chop/haymaker combination. Samuels reverses out of the Irish whip from Coffey. Samuels scores the elbow knockdown. Samuels body slams Coffey. Samuels uppercuts the left hamstring of Coffey. Samuels drops his weight on the left shoulder of Coffey. Samuels with clubbing elbow smashes. Samuels puts his foot on the back of Coffey's neck. Coffey dodges the big boot. Coffey and Samuels are trading back and forth shots. Samuels reverses out of the Irish whip from Coffey. Samuels levels Coffey with the body avalanche. Samuels with a running lariat. Samuels kicks Coffey in the back. Samuels talks smack to Coffey. Coffey with heavy body shots. Samuels sends Coffey into the ropes. Samuels hits the Falcon Arrow for a 2 count. Samuels kicks Coffey in the gut. Samuels with a knee lift. Samuels drops Coffey with the arm wringer. Samuels applies an arm bar. Coffey with desperation body shots. Samuels reverses out of the Irish whip from Coffey. Coffey ducks a clothesline from Samuels. Samuels kicks Coffey in the face. Samuels goes for a flying elbow drop, but Coffey ducks out of the way. Coffey clotheslines Samuels. Coffey with a shoulder tackle. Coffey with a forearm smash. Coffey follows that with a running European uppercut. Coffey sends Samuels to the corner. Coffey with a running hip attack. Coffey with the flying bulldog for a 2 count. Back elbow exchange. Coffey whips Samuels across the ring. Coffey drops Samuels with a step-up enziguri for a 2 count. Samuels denies the full Nelson slam. Samuels with the exploder suplex for a 2 count. Samuels denies the butcher's hook. Both men are knocked down after a double clothesline. Forearm exchange. Samuels kicks Coffey in the gut. Coffey ducks a clothesline from Samuels. Coffey with the full Nelson slam. Coffey connects with the sliding European uppercut to pick up the victory. Winner, Mark Coffey via pinfall. Ashton Smith and Oliver Cater demands a rematch with Mustache Mountain. Sia Brookside vents to her father on the phone. Second match, Pretty Deadly vs Dave Mastiff and Jack Starz. Lewis Howley and Dave Mastiff will start things off. Collar and elbow tie up. Mastiff backs Howley into the ropes. The referee calls for a clean break. Howley shoves Mastiff. Howley applies a side headlock. Mastiff whips Howley across the ring. Mastiff with a shoulder block. Mastiff gets distracted by Stoker. Howley attacks the left hamstring of Mastiff. Howley with a running shoulder block. Howley tags in Stoker. Double shoulder block. Mastiff answers with a double shoulder tackle. Mastiff applies a front face lock. Mastiff tags in Starz. Starz applies a wrist lock. Starz ducks a clothesline from Stoker. Starz headbutts the midsection of Stoker. Following a snapmare takeover, Starz uppercuts the back of Stoker's neck for a 2 count. Starz backs Stoker into the turnbuckles. Starz tags in Mastiff. Starz with a shoulder block. Mastiff uppercuts Stoker. Mastiff punches Stoker in the back. Mastiff body slams Stoker. Starz tags himself in. Mastiff with a running sentence splash. Starz with the slingshot splash for a 2 count. Starz punches Stoker in the back. Starz uppercuts Stoker. Starz tags in Mastiff. Mastiff with a gut punch. Mastiff with the Irish whip. Stoker decks Mastiff with a back elbow smash. Stoker tags in Howley. Mastiff with a mid-air gut punch. Mastiff punches Howley in the back. Mastiff kicks Howley in the chest. Mastiff tags in Starz. Starz punches Howley in the back. Starz applies a wrist lock. Howley reverses out of the Irish whip from Starz. Starz dives over Howley. Starz with 2 drop kicks. Starz with a deep arm drag. Starz applies an arm bar. Starz goes into the lateral press for a 1 count. Starz grabs the left shoulder of Howley. Howley with a gut punch. Howley goes for a body slam, but Starz lands back on his feet. Starz goes for the O'Connor roll, but Howley tags out to Stoker. Stoker sends Starz shoulder first into the steel ring post. Stoker drives Starz back first into the ring apron. Stoker rolls Starz back into the ring. Stoker repeatedly kicks Starz in the face. Stoker punches Starz in the back. Stoker tags in Howley. Double Irish whip. Double shoulder tackle. Leg drop / splash combination for a 2 count. Howley stomps on Starz's back. Howley with clubbing blows to Starz's chest. Starz with heavy body shots. Howley drives his knee into the midsection of Starz. Howley tags in Stoker. Assisted bulldog for a 2 count. Howley knocks Mastiff off the ring apron. Stoker applies a front face lock. Howley tags himself in. Howley with Muay Thai knee strikes. Howley whips Starz into the turnbuckles. Howley tags in Stoker. Stoker with a straight right hand. Stoker stands on Starz's face. Stoker body slams Starz for a 2 count. Stoker applies a side headlock. Starz attacks the midsection of Stoker. Starz uppercuts Howley. Stoker sends Starz to the corner. Stoker with a running uppercut. Stoker tags in Howley. Howley takes a swipe at Mastiff. Mastiff with a shoulder block. Stoker goes for the catapult, but Starz counters with the sunset flip or a 2 count. Starz tags in Mastiff. Mastiff scores 2 elbow knockdowns. Mastiff with a back body drop. Mastiff applies a waist lock. Howley with 2 sharp elbow strikes. Mastiff with an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Howley backs Mastiff into the ropes. Stoker tags himself in. Howley leapfrogs over Mastiff. Stoker drops Mastiff with the DDT. Stoker puts on Mastiff's jacket. Mastiff decks Stoker with a back elbow smash. Mastiff knocks Howley off the apron. Mastiff ducks a clothesline from Stoker. Mastiff with a release German suplex. Mastiff tags in Starz. Starz with 3 uppercuts. Starz puts on the jacket. Starz is fired up. Starz with a leaping shoulder tackle. Starz knocks Howley off the apron. Starz with a running uppercut. Starz tees off on Howley. Starz launches Howley over the top rope. Stoker kicks Starz in the gut. Stoker goes for a powerbomb, but Starz lands back on his feet. Starz connects with the powerbomb to pick up the victory. Winner, Dave Mastiff and Jack Starz via pinfall. Third match, Ilja Dragunov, C, versus Nathan Frazer for the WWE NXT UK Championship collar and elbow tie-up. Dragunov with a backdrop suplex for a 2 count. Dragunov applies a side headlock. Frazer backs Dragunov into the turnbuckles. The referee calls for a clean break. Frazer applies a side headlock. Dragunov with a headlock takeover. Frazer with heavy body shots. Frazer whips Dragunov across the ring. Dragunov drops Frazer with a shoulder tackle. Frazer pops back on his feet. Dragunov body slams Frazer. Frazer kicks Dragunov in the face. Frazer sends Dragunov into the ropes. Frazer drops down on the canvas. Frazer leapfrogs over Dragunov. Frazer runs around Dragunov. Frazer dives over Dragunov. Frazer ducks a clothesline from Dragunov. Frazer with a flying forearm smash. Frazer drop kicks Dragunov. Dragunov launches Frazer over the top rope. Forearm exchange. Dragunov stomps on the midsection of Frazer. Dragunov with a knee drop. Dragunov with a back chop. Dragunov applies the Cobra clutch. Dragunov scores the forearm knockdown. Dragunov with a knife edge chop. Dragunov slams Frazer's head on the top turnbuckle pad. Dragunov with a blistering chop. Dragunov sends Frazer to the corner. Frazer kicks Dragunov in the face. Dragunov answers with a flying boot. Dragunov with a hip toss into the ring. Dragunov with a discus chop for a 2 count. Dragunov goes back to the Cobra clutch. Frazer ducks a clothesline from Dragunov. Dragunov with the Western lariat. Frazer drops Dragunov with a step-up enziguri. Frazer ascends to the top turnbuckle. Dragunov slaps Frazer in the face. Dragunov throws Frazer off the top turnbuckle. Dragunov with 2 German suplexes. Dragunov goes for a third, but Frazer lands back on his feet. Frazer ducks a clothesline from Dragunov. Dragunov avoids the quebrada. Dragunov with the bridging German suplex for a 2 count. Dragunov with the senton splash. Dragunov applies the grounding Cobra clutch. Frazer super kicks Dragunov. Frazer with the Hurricane Rana for a 2 count. Standing switch exchange. Frazer with the springboard slop drop. Dragunov chops the right knee of Frazer. Dragunov transitions into a ground and pound attack. Frazer with a forearm smash. Dragunov with a step-up enziguri. Frazer crawls under Dragunov. Frazer applies the sleeper hold. Dragunov backs Frazer into the turnbuckles. Dragunov sends Frazer back first into the canvas. Frazer avoids the downward elbow. Frazer hits the sling blade. Second forearm exchange. Frazer slaps Dragunov in the chest. Frazer with 2 super kicks for a 2 count. Frazer ascends to the top turnbuckle. Dragunov with a thunderous chop. Dragunov goes for a hip toss, but Frazer lands back on his feet. Lariat exchange. Dragunov delivers the Constantine special. Dragunov heads to the top turnbuckle. Frazer drop kicks Dragunov. Frazer with the top rope Frankensteiner. Frazer connects with the Phoenix splash for a 2 count. Third forearm exchange. Dragunov powerbombs Frazer for a 2 count. Dragunov with the driving forearm for a 2 count. Frazer repeatedly kicks the right shoulder of Dragunov. Palm strike exchange. Standing switch exchange. Frazer with a release German suplex. Dragunov responds with a lariat. Dragunov with combination palm strikes. Dragunov plants Frazer with the Torpedo Moscow to pick up the victory. Winner, still WWE NXT UK Champion, Ilja Dragunov via pinfall.